So yes, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. And as you can see from the box next to me, I did get my Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet. I am sporting my Mortal Kombat shirt that I got from T Publix. I'll leave a link on the website. I'm sporting my Marvel hat here that I got from Disney. Yes, this is Double M week. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out Avengers Endgame. It's a great movie. I mean, go see it twice if you have to. And of course, Mortal Kombat came out, so we have to represent that. But as for told, I was not told to. I am not sponsored by anybody. I was not told to say any of those things. I'm saying those because I enjoyed them myself. And anything I say from here on, I'm not sponsored. I am giving you my opinion and my thoughts on everything. So let's get back to the Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet from ARCADE1UP. Yes, this is the new baby in town. As you can see from the cabinet behind me, I have the Street Fighter one, which I completely modified. And I also featured that in one of my videos. You can check that out. But this today is about Mortal Kombat. This is the 4-foot ARCADE1UP cabinet, Mortal Kombat 2. I picked this up at a Walmart about 30 miles away from me. It was the last one they had. I did call ahead in time, but I did check on their app on my phone to see if they had them in stock, and yes, they did. So I ran over there quickly to pick this up. No hesitations. It didn't matter on the price. I wanted this. I've always wanted one of these. As a child growing up and being in the arcades, Mortal Kombat was the game I ran to. I did play the Street Fighter. I did like any of the fighting games, Virtual Fighter, Street Fighter, anything that was there that was fighting related, I would play. But Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3 were the ones that I would just spend my money on and just keep putting in and play. And you have to understand that these games, any video game, but Mortal Kombat itself has always grabbed my attention because of the storyline, the mythology of it, the aspect of it, the fatalities, of course, the gruesomeness, of course. I mean, it's not a kid's game, but you know, when you're a kid, you want to play these games, and as an adult, it's even better. I also would get lost into these games. You know, being disabled, I think video games is a great outlook for us as growing up as kids, because we want to be those people. We want to feel like these people. We want to pretend with these people. So when we get to play as these people in video games, it's a great feeling. But yes, this is the ARCADE1UP, and like I said, it was the last one there, and I definitely grabbed it. I definitely paid for it and took it home and had to just show it to you guys. I'm not going to show you how to put it together because I've already showcased how to put one of these together in my Street Fighter video. But I will fast forward. We will fast forward in time, and I will show you a review of it. I'll give you a review of the cabinet, and I will give you some gameplay, and hopefully I'll give you a little inside look of the control board. I want to see what they did as for joystick wise and button wise, and what kind of improvements or changes they did. So we'll definitely look into that. And again, Mortal Kombat, Marvel, get them both. Go see Marvel's Endgame. Get the game definitely, and we'll see you in a few. Okay, so I'm about 95 complete on the cabinet. I got it completely built. What I wanted to do is show you guys the controller board. I have to say ARCADE1UP went all out on this one. The printing on it is matted finish. Really wonderful graphic on it. I've always loved this control layout. It's always been comfortable to use, to play. The speaker the speaker holes look to be smaller, so I'm wondering if they put a smaller speaker in there. The on and off and the volume buttons are black, as most of them. I think on the Pac-Man it's white. What can I say? I mean, it's It's good quality. I think they did really good with the paint job on this one. They did provide the overlay. I gotta give you guys a thumbs up for that one, for throwing in the overlay in the cabinet build. I appreciate that. I'm glad you heard us. But most of all, I really like this. Also, the trimming on the entire cabinet is red. It's not sticker. On my personal one, I had to buy the silver sticker, the silver vinyl sticker, and did my trimming. I would have liked them all to come with a special trimming, especially on the Street Fighter. Should have came with the blue. I think it would look nice, already built on there. But for the Mortal Kombat, they did a great job. I kind of like it. Let's open it up so we can see. Also, wait, before we go any further, they actually went with bat tops on the control. They didn't do the ball tops. They provided us with 2 red bat tops for the joystick, and that's pretty good for a fighting game. It should have came with the Street Fighter as well, but I guess for their first run, they had to do what they can and see how it turns out. And in their second run, they knocked it out the park, and giving us these red bat tops with that. I kind of love that. I really appreciate that. So ARCADE1UP, you're still my number one. I love it. So let's open this up. I've already pre-removed most of the screws. I only left 2, so that I could be able to flip this without making a mess if anything were to fall out. So let's take out these last 2 screws and see what we have here. And the vent for the speaker seems to be smaller as well. So let's see what's going on there. Okay. Let's remove this. Yes, and as suspected, the speaker is smaller. Looks like a 3-inch speaker. The directional gate is silver. Some of them usually come solid, which is good. So they look like Sanwa clone joysticks. I like that. The basic buttons as usual. As for the motherboard, the board on here, I don't see it. I know that on the Street Fighter it said Mortal Kombat 2 on it. So I don't see that on here. So I'm assuming that this, maybe it's on the other side. No, I don't think it's on the other side. So I'm assuming that they changed out the board and didn't go with the ones that were in the Street Fighter. Unless I'm not looking at it right now. I'm not seeing it. I got enough light in here to see. No. They don't say Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat on that. But that's fine. I'm not really going to do too much modification to this one. I don't know about that 4-way directional. I might do an 8-way. I'm not too sure yet. I got to see how my gameplay is. If I don't have no issues with my my left to right, right to left, as you need some of those hits to do those special moves, I'll probably leave it as that. The only thing I don't like, and it's probably like a little peeve, the pole for the joystick, it doesn't have the flathead insert in there so that I can tighten it. I like to tighten my ball tops or my bat tops. I like to tighten them in because I don't want to sit there playing and after a while it loosens up. I'd rather be able to go into the whole setup and unloosen it with the screwdriver. So I might change out those poles so I can have my bat tops tight, because I am going to give this a lot of gameplay. I do plan to use this a lot. This is my favorite game, and I really, I'm ecstatic that I actually got one at home. I probably would have waited a couple of years to get a full-size one, but I'm happy that I have this little mini one at my level and able to, own it and play it and have it in my room. So, yeah, they did go with a smaller speaker. And I heard that the buttons feel different on some of the YouTube channels. So, yeah, they're a little more silent. The joystick makes more noise, but the buttons seem a little more silent. I think they kind of feel, I don't know, maybe it's me because I like this cabinet so much that I'm trying to see all great things I see in it. And I think the buttons are a little bigger too, which is nice. You know? So, you know, I'm just happy. I'm happy we got it. And I'm happy, you know, that the community is getting Mortal Kombat, and I'm glad Mortal Kombat is in our home like this, you know, in a cabinet. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna jump into the putting this in. I'm gonna put this in. Okay, I don't think there's anything else you guys need to see. Let me zoom you guys into that speaker. Where are we? You know, they did put a smaller one. If I have the room, I'll probably put in another 4-inch. But that's probably why they went 3-inch, because it's probably didn't fit. But you know, let's see how it sounds. Let's see how it plays. You know, that directional. We'll see how that works out. Those joystick pulls, I definitely want to change those out in time, so I can keep these nice and tight, because I'm gonna give this a lot of gameplay. And maybe if in the future I'll LED out the buttons, you know, the same colors, with the yellow, the red, and the white, and the blue, and LED out, do an LED kit on it, so it can pop. I definitely want to do a light up marquee on my on this cabinet. Yeah, I didn't get to do it on the other one, but I definitely want to do a light up marquee on that, and definitely have it lit up when it starts. So I'm gonna look that up and see. Also, I wanted to show you guys these little plastic washers that they provided for when you put the overlay on. Look at those. I'll show you exactly where those go. Okay. Those little washers fall inside the screw hole right here. They do fall out, so please be careful with them when you know taking it apart or anything. But they fall right in here, and they give the screw support now. So when you put the overlay, I think that was a nice little touch. They should have glued those in there, to be honest, so that they don't fall out so easy. But that's a nice little touch. You know, I might do that. Put a little glue in there, a little wood glue to keep them in there. But when you flip it over, it does fall out real easy. So I'll probably just add a little bit of glue on the edges and just drop it in there so it doesn't come out that easy. But that's the controller board. Mortal Kombat. Did I put it in right? Yeah, did I put it right? Yeah, there you go. And let's get to putting it back together and getting some gameplay. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the cabinet completely built, and I have to say, it's a beautiful masterpiece. Unfortunately, I did have a little nick on the marquee right here, right underneath the T, where the vinyl or the sticker overlay is a little bit raised. It's just a little nick, nothing too major. I already contacted ARCADE1UP, and they're going to send me a new marquee, which is great. Even though, you know, I'm gonna light this one up. I definitely want to have this one lit up, so I'm not too stressed about it. Other than that, the cabinet looks wonderful. You have the Mortal Kombat 2 logo on the marquee with the midway. Also, Mortal Kombat copyright on there. I mean, it's legit, right? You know, to the T on that. The ARCADE1UP logo on the screen, the monitor. The 2 dragons in the bottom. The instructions on how to play, how to work the buttons and all that. 2 dragons. The Mortal Kombat logo on both ends. Okay. I screw in the bat tops by hand. They'll get loose after a while. After a while of play, I'll definitely they'll get loose, but that's fine. On the let me zoom this in as close as I can. On the control panel, we did get the overlay. If you see that, we did get the overlay with the ARCADE1UP, so that's a good thing that they did for us. The circles are a little more closer to the button, which was great. I appreciated that look. That's wonderful. You know, I definitely like that. With the overlay on the control panel, it just makes the graphics pop even more. We have the Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 on the kick plate. Let me back this up a little. And if you notice, I can move this very easy. I bought a pack of sliders at my local Home Depot. I'll leave a link at the bottom of the video so you guys can get those. They're a little larger than the actual pegs that come on the cabinet, but that's fine. You want that. I tried the smaller ones, and as you glide it around the rug, they would start to shift off and move off, and I didn't like that, so I went with the bigger circles. They're about I'll say about an inch, if not an inch and a half wide. But like I said, I'll leave a link at the bottom of the video so you guys can get those. They're good for a room with rugs, and this thing slides like nothing, so it's easier for me to showcase it to you. On the side, we have the Raiden graphic, Mortal Kombat 2 logo with the dragon, and of course the man Raiden, who has been a big part of the Mortal Kombat 11 storyline from X to XL to 11. So he is the man. I think he's been almost in every Mortal Kombat out there. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but he is the man. Let me unplug this. You have the basic back panel. I closed this one up. I didn't actually close my original first one because I'm constantly tinkering with it, so I constantly have to take it apart. So instead of screwing it on, I put blue tape. But this one is shut and sealed. No tinkering on this one for a while. We're gonna leave this one as is and enjoy it for a little bit. And then later on, if I get the itch to do it, I'll probably modify it. I might do a couple of slight things here and there, like I mentioned before. I also want to get actually I ordered the hole covers to cover the screws, so that you don't see that silvery, and you can see it right there on the video right now. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see how they stand out. Like, you could definitely notice those screw holes with the silver screw. I thought about painting the screws black and spray painting them, but there was a guy on the web that sells them real cheap. You know, I think I got about 75 of them for like 12 bucks. I probably didn't need that many, but I figured I'd have them in hand if anything else comes up. So I ordered those, and I'm hoping to get those and pop those in there and cover those screws and have that black look on there, that ambient of the black. One of the red buttons on the Player 1 control has that A sticker on it. I left that on there. I don't know, I just don't want to mess with it and take it off, and I don't know, I just want to keep it all mint condition. This is my favorite cabinet. This is my baby. I'm going to, we're going to zoom in and get some gameplay in it. Let me plug it in and see how this bad boy starts up. And I'll have a little gameplay on there. Let me adjust it somewhere on the camera so you guys can see me and the actual unit. Let me roll over here. And I could be able to talk to you guys and showcase the cabinet itself. Let me actually move the camera. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're gonna do some gameplay. I'm gonna start it up. Pay no mind to the mess behind me. That's my little game area. I will showcase all that in a video later on in the future. But let's start this up and see how everything is. Loading screen. The ARCADE1UP logo. I'm going to put this louder. I kind of like the loudness. I see a lot of videos where people adjusting the volume, which makes no sense, but you got a video game, you want to hear it. Let's enjoy it. Alright, so we have the select option. I remember this from the Street Fighter, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. So we're going to select the first Mortal Kombat. Let's get started with that one. A? Oh, there you go. My bad. My mistake. Oh, nice sound effect now. Now when you select, you get a little sound effect. Which is pretty neat. Da-da-dum. That's what we're doing. Did I hit 2-player 2? Oh, no. Let's cut that. Let's get out of that. I must have hit the player 2 button. Let's go back to the main menu. Select that again. My mistake. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. Player 1. Let's start with Sub-Zero. That was my character. Nice. Graphics are great. This monitor is wonderful. I like the brightness. Just as I remember it. Oh, didn't let me get in there. Freeze you. Aha! Another kick. Oh wow. Just classic.
Sub-Zero wins.
Of course I win. Yeah, applauding for me. Thank you guys. Thank you. It's gonna take me a minute to remember these buttons, but it feels great. I mean, I love it. I'm not having problems with the performing the moves, so that's a good thing. Ah, I got him. I don't remember the fatalities, guys, but hopefully I'll get a little, I'm doing a little index box. So let's get out of this. I'm doing a little, let's get out of that. I'm doing a little index box with all the Mortal Kombat characters where I have all their moves, their fatalities, just so I can refresh my mind. I know it's something that, you know, we do back in the days. We get a little notebook and write down everything and just memorize all those moves. And as you get older, it's hard to remember that. So I figured, hey, let me do a nice little wooden, get a nice little wooden recipe box and put the index cards in there. And you'll see, I'll showcase that in a video as well. And you guys will definitely check that out. Let's do Mortal Kombat 2. I'm liking those little effects. I'm really liking that. Let's check out Mortal Kombat 2 and see how that works out. Skip all that. Let's try Scorpion this time. Scorpion. Just like I remember, man. It's crazy. It's like I'm reliving back my childhood times in the arcade cabinet. Oh, I'm fighting myself. Oh, shoot. Nice. I forgot how to do the spear. There you go. Back, little punch. Get over here. Oh, got you. Haha. Scorpion's always been one of the guys that I've always liked picking as well. Him and Sub-Zero, I've always liked the ninjas. It's always been one of the main choices. I mean, I try with all of them, just so that I don't get cheated out on the game. Where, you know, I try to learn all the characters. Really? I don't know what I did there. But that's Mortal Kombat 2. That was Scorpion. And let's jump out of here. Yes, Molina, beat me up a little there for a second or two. Let's do Ultimate Mortal Kombat. Ultimate Mortal Kombat was also one of the games that I like going to play when I saw it in the arcade. It had a lot of new features, new characters, and it was just as they moved up, you know, from 1 to I say 11 now. NetherRealms, Midway, Ed Boon, John Tobias have done great jobs on these games, and I've loved every one of them, and I own every one of them, and I've played every one of them, and I've been a Mortal Kombat fan since day one. I actually went to the tour when they were doing a world tour, Madison Square Garden. I have a shirt. It's as old as that tour, and like I said, I've been a fan since day one. So let me get into some gameplay here. Toasty, of course. The Toasty guy. Let's do some Kung Lao. Let's actually do some Liu Kang. Liu Kang is another main character that's changed the aspect of the story throughout the whole Mortal Kombat franchise. And, you know, even in the movies, he was awesome. I'm noticing that that Mortal Kombat Ultimate here is a little louder. Definitely a little louder. Let me try to do it. Let me see. Is it? There you go. Low kick for that bicycle kick. You gotta do that. You gotta do that once in a while. You gotta keep that finger on there as you do some other moves. You keep that finger on that low kick, and you could definitely get some. There you go. You can get that. You can definitely get that in there. Oh yeah, the flying kick. Of course. Hold that low kick, get her again. That's it, it's over. Oh, go. I thought she was done. I don't know. Yeah, I'm noticing that the it's on the medium volume, and this one is a little bit louder. I don't think my wife is gonna appreciate that one when I'm playing. Really? Oh, what the heck? Come on. Come on, dude. Ah. Finish her, of course. So that's the Mortal Kombat Ultimate. I'm gonna jump back to the main menu and hold that there. That volume is a little louder on the Mortal Kombat Ultimate, which is not that bad, you know. I was hearing a little popping and staticking, but I guess that's what you expect, you know, from these old retro games, which is fine. I mean, I love it. I love the fact that I'm playing it now and I'm enjoying it in my own house, and it's at my level. And ARCADE1UP, I give you 2 thumbs up for everything you've done here. I mean, keep up the great work, and I appreciate your quality. This is my 3rd cabinet in the house. I've done about 4 or 5 of them for other people. I've done one for my daughter. I'm doing one for my daughter right now that I've been showcasing in the videos. I've done one for myself with the Street Fighter that I completely changed over. I built this one, and my wife has a Pac-Man in her little corner. So let me zoom out of that. She has a little Pac-Man in her corner. So I didn't modify that one except the ball. I put a pink ball on that, and she was a little upset about it. But after she looked at it, she kind of enjoyed it for a second and told me to keep her original ball around there. So yeah, I mean, this is Mortal Kombat, and again, I'm loving it, and I appreciate it all, and I thank you guys for watching. Please leave a comment, a like, subscribe. whichever one, and let me know what you think in the comments about the Mortal Kombat. And I hope you guys got one, and go out to get one if you don't have one yet, and enjoy it all. Take care, guys.